I know for the better part of a generation now, it's been kind of the in thing to rip the participation trophy generations, as we now can call it. But I'm here to defend the participation trophy. The most overblown sentiment out there is that somehow a 6-year-old kid getting a participation trophy is what is ruining our culture and ruining our society. And it's just not true. It's not. And I say this after my oldest two got participation trophies last night. They wrapped up a 6-7 week Monday night softball clinic that they did. And I could enroll them together because it was like from the ages of 4 up until 7. So our youngest, or our middle child, Chloe, just turned 4 in May. And our oldest, Claire, is 6.5. So I said, this will be fun. Expose them to a little softball. And, they watch Dad watch baseball on TV. But let them, kind of learn the game a little bit, gain a little confidence. They played some scrimmages and whatnot. And then last night, at the end of this 6-week camp, I guess you'd call it, clinic, whatever word you want to use, they each got a little softball medal. And for my middle child, she was on cloud 9 when she heard that she was going to get a medal. This was like the first thing she had ever done that resulted in her getting a medal. And what they did the last 3 weeks of the clinic is they would break up into teams and they would scrimmage and just play t-ball, basically. And no one really knew what they were doing, but it was fun for the girls, and, they learned a little bit. So my middle child, she was probably the youngest kid there because the youngest you could be is 4, and she just turned 4 in May. So they play like little 2-inning games. Everybody would bat. There'd really be no outs. It would just be, once again, a way to learn the game and have a little fun. She never finished a game. After the first inning, she'd be like, I'd hear her because they'd be on different fields usually because they break these teams up and they'd go play on different fields. And I'd hear her go, Dad, I'm thirsty. And then she'd like run off the field from third base and just be like, I'm bored. I'm done. And I tried to get her back out there and say, hey, you got to hang with your team and you got to stay with your team. But she's 4, right? I was like, whatever. This isn't a real game. Just a little scrimmage, just a little clinic, whatever. But I said last night to her, I said, hey, before you get up there, this is it. This is the last week. It's the last game, air quotes. And it would be great if you would finish the game. I think that'd be good for you, for your teammates, and, just hang in there. And she did. And then it ends, and, they find out they're getting little medals. And the look on her face, my second's face, was like unlike anything I've ever seen. She looked like she just hit the freaking lottery. The innocence, the smile. She was so proud of getting this medal. And it was pretty funny, too, because they line up all the girls, and there's probably upwards of 30 of them doing this clinic. And they're going to go down this list and call each kid's name, and the kids get to high-five the coaches, and then they're going to get their little medal. So the first one goes, and they call this kid's name. I'm just making it up. All right, Sally, come on up, Sally, get your medal. Woo! All right, everyone, claps a little bit and, does the whole thing, right? And they're going to read down this list, and then suddenly my second decides she's going to get her medal. She didn't wait. She didn't wait for her name to be called. She just starts strolling right up there. She's like, I'm here for my medal. And they look down at her. They're like, okay, Chloe's getting her medal. All right, Chloe. And like she totally just was like, I'm getting this thing and I'm getting it now. She was so fired up. So we get in the car afterwards and, they're excited. They got their little medals and they're proud of themselves and the whole deal. And then we get home and within 5 minutes, they forgot about that medal. Heck, the little one left the medal in the car. Now, she was asking about it. She's like, hey, go get the medal from the car when you get a chance there, Dad. Okay, sure. I guarantee you that thing today means absolutely nothing to her. But last night, it was a confidence booster. It made her feel better about herself. And when you're talking about little kids, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, on up from there, I'm absolutely fine with a participation trophy. It's not a big deal. What do the parents do? How do you parent around a participation trophy? is, to me, the bigger question. But the notion that a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old kid getting a medal or getting a little mini trophy for finishing a softball clinic or finishing a soccer season is not the reason that we have cultural rot in this country, John. And seeing it firsthand, I have been feeling this way the last couple of years as Claire had gotten a couple of these and knowing that they really meant nothing in the grand scheme of things. But now seeing it again last night made me realize I'm actually all in on the participation trophy idea because it gives them the confidence that at a certain age they need and that they should strive for moving forward as they grow up.
Well, to your point, it's always been the parents that are presenting those participation trophies. The child's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
right?
Sure, I'll take one.
And to your point, yeah, it does represent that now. But in the past, and perhaps for people that don't have kids or grandkids, and you don't participate in that yourself and see that, it represents the diminishing of standards. In other words, trophies only went to the winners. But that's not really what it is about. It's what it's about is what you just expressed.
Yes.
And that's good to me up till a certain age.
That's fine,
that's where I think we draw the line. I mean, because if you're 13 and you get a participation trophy, it's like, thanks, sucker.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I don't remember getting any after the age of probably, 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there.
It's a grade school thing, and maybe even when you're 10, 11, 12, it may be a bit much, even at that
I
point.
agree.
Because you keep score, and you understand the competitiveness of it, and that's the point of the game.
By middle school, it's got to be over. That's my rule on that. It's got to be done by middle school.
And if you're getting one when you're 11, 12, 13... and you're the kid, you're like, why am I getting this?
Yeah, and I don't think there's a lot of that goes on. But for everyone who likes to blame, it's this participation trophy generation. Well, my other thought on this is, as someone who's a millennial, who grew up as, I guess, the first of that participation trophy generation. Thanks, boomers.
Yeah, exactly.
Where'd it come from?
Exactly.
We weren't the 5-year-olds who were like, give us a trophy.
You didn't go and order it.
All right?
Right?
I mean, you guys start this, and then some of you on the back end are like, a bunch of no good participation trophy, expect everything handed to them on a silver platter generation. Okay, and who did that? We didn't raise ourselves. We're not animals here.
Touche.
That part ticks me off, too.
It's a big trophy. They wanted their money.
Yeah, big trophy. Big trophies out there lobbying, making a killing. No, it was great. And the way that I saw my children light up, especially, like I said, the second one last night, is something that gives her confidence that I could not have duplicated doing anything else in that moment. I did get them ice cream on the way home, which they loved too. They were big fans of that. They loved the ice cream. But that little moment with that little medal made a huge difference, I believe, in the confidence going forward. So if that means I'm Mr. Big Participation Trophy guy, so be it. I'll take it, I'll own it, and I'll run with it because of what I've seen with my own kids.
Well, it can be forgotten, but you can make it a life lesson if you tell her, hey, let's put this wherever, somewhere, and it represents something to her. From time to time, the kids will, I won that. I can do that.
Yes, exactly. That's what you want it to be.
Yeah.
What do you do with it, and how do you use it to move the ball forward, no pun intended,
exactly,
when it comes to other things they want to achieve as they get older? That's it. But let's not go out there and blame generations worth of young people on the fact that they got a dopey trophy at 5 years old. Let's put that one and that narrative to rest.